Welcome back to Neo. Alright, let's find Susukichi.
Okay, let me see where... Oh, we're gonna get the dialogue soon enough, okay.
I'm starving.
You and me both, Rin dude.
Have you guys not been eating regularly?
No, I'm pulling a Vesperia. I'm not feeding my characters either here.
My god, Pedro, what is wrong with you?
Look, back in my day, we made sure that we were well fed.
They ain't trying to make it easy for us, huh?
Nope.
Yeah, got a feeling these guys are even tougher than they look.
Man. For real? Guess that means you and me better pace ourselves then.
Yeah, just like old times.
Yep.
Gotta save some strength before we finally face off with Shiba, yo.
I love how they're... Okay.
True. But we've got to find him first.
I love how they're both completely, comrades comrades in sync, yeah.
Well, he ain't here, so I say we bounce. But first, let's pound these punks.
Sorry, but you're
All
no
right.
match for me. Ready or not?
Alright, let's see if... Okay, it should be relatively simple to reach 300. Let's see. Aha! There we are. Oh no, never mind, I forgot about this. Okay. Alright, basically some background... Oh wait. Oh, never mind, I guess I'll talk about when Tail returns, just so I don't have to repeat myself.
Quick, kill the jellyfish.
All jellyfish must die. There we are.
Could have been worse, you feel?
Yeah, we could be dead or,
Phew. I think we're getting the hang of handling these things.
Perhaps, but we mustn't grow complacent.
I see what the game's doing, having these specific pairs commune with each other. Neku with Beat, Threat with Nagi, and let me guess, next is Shoka and Rindu.
I mean... I don't think you need to know what happens after this point to guess that one. Aye, boss. There you go. See? Go on.
There we go.
I wish you'd just tell me instead of playing these stupid games.
Tales of Arise does
Sorry.
something. Tales of Arise does something similar, where there's 6 main characters and they're grouped in pairs, and both of the individual pairs help each other with their development. So it's a common trick in video games, specifically RPGs.
Huh? We should tell you what.
Okay.
Wish Suzukichi would tell us where Shiba is.
Remember,
Expect him to
Shoka.
be cordial with us.
Remember, Shoka used to be friends with him back when they were both were in the same team. So she has a bit more. Don't worry, you'll see exactly. There's some really good moments with Shoka in this that tells a lot something
Well,
about that.
last time I checked, he's not exactly on our side.
Yep.
Yeah, not exactly.
All right. Okay. Speaking of that side quest that you noticed too, basically this is by far the hardest diving side quest in the game.
I can imagine.
And it's quite difficult. Even on easy mode, I struggle to get it done like the first time I get. Usually, what I do when I play this game is I instead keep going and use chapter select later when I'm stronger. Oh, okay.
Don't tell me.
Hmm.
So much for finding out about the crossing.
All right, let's see.
He's really annoyed today.
Of course.
Where's he at now, yo? Well, yeah, so much for
He's-
his pictures improving.
He's doing this on purpose, guys. Come on.
Looks like the expressway underpass. Guess that's our next stop.
I'm surprised I don't have him put his thumbs in the lens too.
Does he always do this cat and mouse shtick with you?
You have no goddamn idea.
Huh, that sounds like it could get annoying.
More or less, he sends a photograph, we deduce his location, and begin our pursuit.
I mean, I guess it's still a better, way to do it than what Nick way to do, like reach the other part of the city in 5 minutes. Like,
Well, that was
Is that one of the...
that was Joshua trolling.
well, not always. At least in the first week, there were a lot of missions that were basically like that.
Oh, right. You mean the time limits of the missions? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
If anything, the missions in this particular game have been technically more soft compared to the first game.
I think that might be because Shiba's literally just stalling for whatever is going to be
Yeah,
his
pretty
coup
much.
d'etat.
I guess.
It's fun for him.
I guess
Whereas in the
original
it all circles around to the point
Seriously?
I mentioned that we need to see a game in its natural state for comparison.
Yeah.
Well,
and then,
Yeah, he loves a good game.
and I guess to be fair, it kind of owes to the nature of these games that we never see a normal game because, it's our protagonist getting stuck and sort of being made to help try and revolutionize the game in a certain way.
Previously, to rename that one, to name that one.
Yep.
That's to say, maybe we could make a spin-off game where you actually play as the Reapers managing a regular game.
Hold up, I thought he was a skater, yo.
He was a skater
Complicated.
boy!
I think you might have got the wrong impression.
He said, see you later, boy.
I don't know why Jova's idea just made me think of, just this weird supernatural office drama.
Well, when you get down to it, Shiroi, the Reapers certainly treat it like an office job, especially Azuki.
Yes, Pedro.
Go ahead, Sheree.
He may have been pretending to be a player in this game.
We're going to learn.
Sorry, I didn't know Pedro was trying to say something. Sorry.
We're going to learn quite a bit about Susukichi via Shoka in this Forgot This Day.
Anything else?
Not particularly, no.
But that smile on his face was 100% real. He loves competition.
Even to the point of it nearly killing him. He may be a bit of a psychopath,
Maybe.
but he means well.
All right.
If it comes down to it, are you gonna be okay fighting him?
I mean, she literally had to kill her mother a few days ago.
Of course.
Nah,
But
no, she didn't kill her on her own. We killed her with her.
it was a group activity.
Go ahead.
I don't want to if we don't have to.
Yeah.
More of our family.
Also,
Notice how that she had no hesi-
Rendo, thanks for making me relive that trauma again.
Also, notice how she hesitates about fighting Ayano. She doesn't want to fight Susukichi. Had no hesitation
script writer.
whatsoever with shanking Kubo.
I mean, he can stay a Reaper if that's what he wants.
Well, to be fair, remember, she spent years with these people. And as we saw through the day where we did her therapy, it's strongly implied that she had a very miserable life before she became a Reaper. Go ahead.
Well, again, like I said, note how she hesitates with most, didn't hesitate to shank Kubo.
Mm-hmm.
Guess he really is just that uncle.
So yeah,
I need him to give us a hand here.
what Shiro just said, yes. Okay, so to go back to what I was saying,
What to do?
basically, usually what I do is I save this side quest for later when I'm far more leveled up, right? But for the sake of doing this chronologically, I'm gonna give myself a boosting groove just so I can beat this easier. just so we can get this done right now. Go ahead.
Poor Sugumi. I hope she'll be okay.
Nothing more we can do than what we did.
Usually I just use chapter select and save later instead of doing it in the first time.
Sure.
Don't worry. It'll be a while, but I know someone who can fix her.
Besides, she waited already 3 years. What's why a couple of days more? Am I right, fellas?
Yeah.
Neku said I can fix her.
She'll be back to normal soon.
She's just been stuck in there for so long. Inside Mr. Mew of all places.
The absolute torment.
Oh wow, I was a cat for a few years. What a horrible thing.
No, you're not a cat. You're stuck inside a cat plushie. Like actually inside it. Not even like possessing it, no, just inside it, stuck.
Probably cozy in there.
Well, apparently she was able to control it if the boss fights against Mr. Mew. Or
No, it
anything
was
to go
Sugumi
by.
herself doing it.
Yeah.
That's,
It was the noise.
yes, that's
it
what
was
we're
the noise.
talking about, Sugumi.
Well, the possessed, as you know.
Go ahead.
You know,
Sorry.
I saw this really gaudy Reaper looking around.
You'll have to be more specific.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Basically, when she was in
Have
Shinjuku,
you
she's,
seen the Reapers,
basi-
as fashion says?
back 3 years ago, she saw this really gaudy Reaper in Shinjuku.
God.
I mean, think about it. Who could this Reaper be? Go ahead.
I get the feeling she has something to do with all this.
Remember, 3 years ago. We're talking about 3 years ago. So who was gaudy 3 years ago?
I mean, Coco,
Mizuki.
technically.
Very good.
Yes, Coco too.
Go ahead.
You sure that wasn't Coco?
From yesterday?
Look, she had one hell of a makeover, okay? Her hair used to be blonde before she made it pink.
Well, technically it was half blonde, half purple.
I don't think so. The Reaper I saw wasn't so princessy.
Neither was Coco
You
3
see-
years ago.
You have to understand, Coco realized what a demon she was, so she has put on the disguise of princess.
Very
She was
princess.
more like walking bubblegum 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Walking bubblegum with a double top gun. Neither was Coco 3 years ago.
Oh, there we go.
Right, Beat?
Mm-hmm. What do you think about this beat?
Gee, I wonder.
By all means, Beat, share us your inquiry
he
of
goes
the
in track
pretty-
2 mode. I'm gonna kill Coco.
Beat doesn't have the. Beat's going to keep his opinions to himself.
Okay. Well, I do. Kind of hard to forget someone who shot you.
Yeesh.
And believe it or not, she's not the first person who shot me.
A
Nope.
lot of people have taken a shot at Neku.
Let's
Literally.
see, Minamimoto tried to shoot me. Joshua actually shot me. Joshua was God, by the way. God literally took a hit out on me.
Maybe it was her then.
Well, there
And
you
yet
go. then.
somehow I befriend everyone who tries to kill me.
Is there anybody else who would like to shoot Neku?
Don't tempt them. Hey, I know you're worried about Sugumi, and let's pray she doesn't shoot me too when we bring her out. But her soul is safe and sound. She'll be back to her old self before you know it. My friend will see to that, I promise.
In the
And we
meantime,
can also...
in the meantime, Coco will look after Tsugumi.
So, let's try and stay focused, okay?
Yeah, gotta keep moving.
That's a spirit, cat girl.
Thanks, Neku. Thanks for being reliable, Neku Senpai.
You know, Shoko would probably unironically be a fan of Catwoman 2004.
All right, let's take a look at that side quest right now.
I'd like to think she's better than that.
All right, now this one will be played by me. Now, check this out. This is one of my favorite NPCs, actually. Check this out.
For the final side quest.
Yes, I'll be playing this one. You might remember her from week 1. If you don't, you'll...
Oh my god. Looks like one of the noise got her.
I would be loath to leave her as she is.
Indeed. Now, you might, in case you forgot, she was one of the teenage girls we met in week 1. Go ahead.
Oh, in that case, let's lend her a helping hand. Sound okay, Rindo?
Sure, let's do it.
Sure, let's do it.
Sorry.
Well then.
So what could be troubling her, you might wonder?
She one of the girls that was influenced, quote-unquote, by Nagi to play Elastra.
It's interesting you say that too.
Oh god. Oh, don't tell me that playing that
Can't
damn
focus.
Dutch actually ends up.
How am I supposed to focus on studying when there's a new chapter of Elastra waiting for me? But if
Nagi, what have you done?
if my grades drop any lower, I'm done for.
So this is our equivalent of a final boss side quest. Someone addicted to Elastra. The greatest distraction of all from studying video games.
And I love her quotes, forgot the rounds. World history is too hard. I can't remember any of this junk.
Hey, that's your history you're forgetting there. Also,
It's interesting because nowadays you see so many people on the internet who are always interested in the history of various miscellaneous things, you know, and yet for whatever reason, when they're studying history at school, for whatever reason, now it's suddenly boring. It's weird because even a lot of the stuff that that you take in history class nowadays is also, there's a lot of YouTube channels and social media channels dedicated to stuff like that. So
from what I can surmise, the leading reason is schools don't make it as fun to learn.
Yeah.
Ironically.
Yeah.
Which is why some schools are actually using some of these YouTube videos now.
Goodbye, reality. Hello, Lord Tamonami.
No, free her.
No. Remember, Shiro, this is not Sho. He just looks like Sho, but he's not actually Sho.
I know, but it's too close.
Too close for comfort.
You know what would be funny? You know what would be funny is if college students are playing this instead of getting homework done. Then they get to the side quest and they go, "Oh crap, I'm being called out." It's the video game that chastises you for playing it instead of getting your homework done.
Mm-hmm. Basically.
No, but it is kind of one of the reasons why I wasn't particularly good back during my school days, because when it comes to learning stuff, if I actually actively seek it out on my own, I manage to actually hand it out, but if it's forced upon me, I just can't do it.
There's one thing though,
Shiro. I get what you mean.
There's one thing though, Shiro. If she goes back to school and starts playing Elastra, she'll have to learn math.
And then she'll become
Remember, Elastra, as far as I'm aware, doesn't involve math.
I mean, if it's an RPG, you kind of have to know basic stuff about numbers.
And if it's a gacha, you better know math lest you get bankrupt.
Alright, another quote.
Brace yourselves, everyone.
Something ancient Athens, something acro power, whatever. Fucking schoolwork, am I right?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, I don't think there's actually a math. Well, actually, no. The next one might be her complaining about math, if I remember correctly.
Well, it seems to be she's mostly complaining about history throughout all the rounds.
Mm-hmm. maybe it's that history is the one subject she's not good at, or at least the least interested in.
Or at the very least, like the subject
History?
of tomorrow's class.
When I was in school, history was actually one of my best subjects. I've always liked history, both history and natural sciences.
Honestly, for me, I did pretty much, I was interested in pretty much every class, save for ELA.
One of my weaknesses was geography. I never cared much for geography, personally.
To me, it was economy. Shame that my parents wanted me to be an accountant. Yeah,
Ah,
it's a lot.
Alright, hold on. Goodbye, reality. Hello, mysterious new sergeant who just got dropped in. A new character.
oh god, it's the new character they're gonna try and sell you on
You know
the
what this?
banner.
You know what this also means, though, right? By diving into her mind, Nagi's getting spoilers for chapters that she hasn't played yet. Because remember,
Oh,
she's been
no.
because she's been stuck in here for 3 weeks now.
I mean,
That-
let's look at the half full part of the glass. She gets to have a peek of what's going on while she couldn't.
Well, but I'm pretty sure Nagi's the kind of player who wants to go in completely blind.
We'll see, I guess, if she has a reaction to this.
Well, let's see.
It's funny how, to the gang, it's probably a relief to fight regular noise instead of a plague noise for once.
Whew.
Barely made it.
Alright.
I think we've got this.
Blah blah blah, Gandara art, blah blah blah. Yep, this isn't happening.
Holy cow, this
She-
girl is stubborn.
She doesn't care for art class either.
Have I missed anything?
Basically, we found this girl who's possessed by noise because she would rather play Alestra instead of going to school.
So you see, whenever you want to plead your case to college on why you're not doing that great, you can tell them that noise is influencing your mind, making you more addicted to video games instead
Remember,
of your
Drova, that's
studies.
the Japan excuse for everything. Stubbed my toe in the shower, must have been a yokai.
Yep.
Yeah, like honestly, I think they have a legend for just about every random or single day occurrence that can happen.
Hell, there's a Yokai Watch episode that's literally a yokai that causes you to wake up on a different side of the bed than you were when you lie down initially. There's a yokai Go ahead.
Is there a yokai that makes you automatically blame yokai when the problem actually isn't a
Well,
yokai?
no, that's the thing, Jova. If you forgot, it's part of the routine. Something happens. Nate says, "Oh, that must be a yokai's fault." Whisper himself says, "No, that's such a mundane occurrence that it cannot be possible." And then Nate says, "Look, it's right there."
Yep, that's the
Oh,
formula.
I'm just wondering, what if there's a yokai that actually makes you blame yokai for something that isn't the fault of a yokai?
I don't
I guess
think.
it would be a neat subversion of the concept, but I don't think we've seen it yet.
No, I don't think so. And we're almost done.
With the jellyfish.
There we are.
Okay, is that enough therapy to get
Are
you
there
to
any
appreciate
more
your
There we
studies
are.
we
more?
should be knowing about?
We did
You
so
might have
good
noticed.
even
You might have
with the
You might have noticed how my
Crown.
timer, even with the cheats, my timer was still tight. So
Bronze Jova, lowest rank.
yeah.
Oh, you
how's-
don't even get a letter then.
Hang on. If I just imagine all these concepts as hot guys. Oh wow, that's way easier to remember now. I've got a whole narrative and favorite characters and everything.
And only
So
we
you
got another
just
questioning
imagine them
that.
in their underwear.
So basically, you're going to do what the Fate series did to make history interesting. Okay.
Go ahead, Shirei.
Hold on.
Go ahead, Joe it first.
Oh
Hey,
no.
you okay, Nagi?
Oh no.
Nagi?
The
Nagi?
surgeon appears in the new chapter.
Yeah, what about it?
Spoilers.
I just got fucking spoilers.
Yep.
Oh, are you a fan of this game?
Yeah,
Uh,
Neku doesn't know the intricacies.
long story, Neku. Long story.
Unless it was a bit after my time.
All right, guys, back
Go,
away
go,
from
go,
her.
go, go ahead.
Oh, spoilers always inflict the most painful of wounds.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
That's why the name of the game is to try and get ahead of spoilers as best you can. It is one thing the internet has made tougher, sadly.
And Neko's like,
Don't worry, she'll be fine. I think. I mean, that could make a pretty good indie game. Stop the spoilers from reaching the other side or something.
I love Neko's face of disapproval. Like these younger kids and their internets and their whatever.
Seriously? Are phone games that elaborate now? I remember them just being flashes that you had to push with every
I'm starting to
button on
wonder
the
if
flip
the
phones.
3 years are to be registered in freeze a time.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
It's
3 years.
Yes, 3 year. By 3 years, we mean freeze a time. All right. And so what? And
Yeah,
you might remember how she's the best friend of the other Let's Play we met. So she has the evolutionary secrets, which displays the conditions required to make certain pins evolve. So basically, if you're having trouble doing that, now you get to see what you have to do specifically. Go on, Shiri.
And look at that, our social network is complete.
No, it's
Okay.
91%. 91% only right there. We still have more people.
Right.
Go on, Shiri.
Neku's the type of person that goes, back in my day, we got our unlockables for free.
Yeah. Back in my day, it's kind of like me with video games that have supplemental material, Shiri. Back in my day, we just bought the game, we played the game, and the whole story was in the game.
Oh, Pedro, you are going to hate Halo 5's narrative since
We already
let's
went
see,
through this.
I've heard.
Alright.
That's one of the
it
big.
bears repeating.
That's
though.
one thing that I.
Oh.
Okay. Man, things have gotten pretty dismal around here. That's why I really appreciate Final Fantasy 16 for just doing that, the PS2 method, the best method. Yeah, and whose fault is that? Don't look at me, kid. I just give out missions. I mean, I'm just doing my job.
Just work here.
I literally just work here, literally. And if you complete them, I'll let you through. Don't shoot the messenger, kid. I'm just an employee. So,
You mean you're not gonna stop us?
Why would he? Assuming he's a Shibuya Reaper, he would actually be on your side at this point, more so.
after hearing what you kids are capable of, fat chance.
See? Look at that, an NPC that actually does respect the heroes.
I'm just gonna give you the mission and lay low. So listen up.
Literally the smartest Reaper.
Win a 5 reduction chain battle in this area. Come back here when you're done.
Shoot, I'll even take your word for it. I'm that willing to roll over for you.
Alright, it's that simple. A 5 reduction chain battle. Alright. Fortunately, since I have the
Let's
skill...
just lie to him.
Alright, so the skill... No, he'll be able to tell if we're lying. Alright, so let's use our drawing noise skill that we got. Alright, this should be enough, hopefully.
Yeah, noisy,
Okay,
noisy,
okay, fine.
noisy.
There you go.
Leave it to me.
Thank goodness there's some regular noise still. Like, wouldn't it be funny if, like, every fight had plague noise with the third week?
Well, if it helps with the plague noise, give more XP than the normal noise. So they are a
Also,
good way
is
to grind out XP. Go ahead.
Is there anything particular about that penguin noise that's glowing?
No, it's just a different skin for the sake of filling out the bestiarity. There's nothing in particular to...
Okay.
So it doesn't give you more XP than the
Oh, no.
others?
Well, obviously, stats are different, XP values are different, you know, the usual
Oh, if
RPGs.
it was just a palette swap, you know, I get it, but it was also having the effect of a sparkle, so I thought maybe there was something going on.
Not particularly. The first game also had multiple colored...
No, okay, like I said, not the palette swap, but just the effect, you know.
Oh, no. I don't think so, at least. Basically. But yeah, so now Nagi's worst nightmares come to fruition. She was spoiled that there's going to be a sergeant, apparently, a sergeant that shows up. Leo, hey Libs, plot twist. Lee Harmony is the new character of Ilestra.
I mean, again, if you want to make it a kind of a parody of Fate, you know, the characters in those games are also divided by class like that, similar to that.
So maybe, like, a sergeant is, like, the equivalent of a ruler from Fate, and that's why that's a big deal.
That would be interesting.
That pose looks so cool.
That would be interesting. The sergeant in Full Metal Jacket as a character in a gacha game.
I I mean,
Sure,
okay,
why
not
not?
a gacha. The closest you get is Gearbox wanting to quote-unquote homage that in Half-Life Opposing Force for the tutorial. It's not good, but, it's an attempt.
An attempt was made.
I am curious, what keeps coming back to Borderlands? Like, Borderlands is kind of like League of Legends, where I hear fans badmouth that series more than actually
Right now, it's basically the one franchise that's giving the most money to Gearbox, despite the fact, that they tried something different stuff, but the problem is that, their writing just sucks, as exemplified by technically last year's point, release of Hogwarts 3. A series that has been, up until the third title, a very serious kind of narrative, and the third title is more lighthearted, to say the least. It feels almost like a parody of the story. The fans of the series, where instead of just being angry, they were more like baffled of that. To give you an idea.
How was the Tiny Tina spin-off? I know that they were definitely touting that one to be a step up in the narrative.
I just don't care. Also, to bring it back to this game, let me see. Yeah, this seems that I have time to say. The thing that I wanted to say about Coco, because like I said, I wanted to wait until the explanation was, given to say something.
Go ahead.
Sure, I'm fine that, that the game bothered to take the sweet time and bothered to say everything that's going on and everything. I gotta say, it takes some special kind of balls to have basically the entire sequel hook at the end of the addition of the first game to be precisely about, painting that kind of situation, and then in the sequel, after the kind of build-up, just basically say, nah bro, we chilled out off screen, everything's fine, she was actually a good person.
I do agree. It would have been better if we saw.
I think what could have softened the deal was if, thanks to misunderstanding or anything, we did had a boss fight with her before, and it probably would have managed to make the arc more, smooth in transition. At least to me.
I will say this, to me, I kind of laugh at it's one of those classic cases of she could have literally just told them, but nah, she chose to act evil instead of,
Again, this is one of the isms of the Kingdom team. The idea that a character is so cool, even if they are bad guy, they want to be trying, as best as they can to make sure they switch sides, or they're not as particularly bad, so they can use them as much as possible, or integrate them better.
See?
Or the classic reveal that.
See, I knew you kids could do it. You're free to go ahead. Although the only thing waiting for you is
death,
despair, and the rage of a beast.
Hey, got another message.
Don't ignore me.
from Susukichi. Did he move again?
Maybe. Yep.
This one is just boring.
Sure did. Looks like he's in front of Shibuya stream.
Professor Oak, what rating do you give this?
It's so-so.
Of course.
Go ahead.
And if I recall, the realms beyond are off limits.
Basically, Shiro, in the original in the original Pokemon Snap, Professor Oak is an asshole. No matter how hard you try, most of your pictures are shit to him.
Look, Professor Oak was probably the main reason people were pulling for a Pokemon Snap sequel.
Yeah.
Because of how off the wall.
I haven't played the new one. Is Professor Oak the one rating the pictures by any chance?
No, it's basically they're taking the spin-off approach and have a complete new region with a new original professor, so it's self-contained basically.
I'm sorry. Pokemon Snap without Professor Oak being an asshole rating your pictures. To me that's an essential
thing, Pedro. They wanted to soften it even more, and they completely removed the Pastor balls.
I'm sorry, without the professor telling me how shit my picture is, that's an essential part of the Pokemon Snap experience to me.
I can't live if no one's telling me I...
Alright. See you for the next part, everybody.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah.